Well, good morning all. It's Gav here, Sarah's hubby, and here I am, still here at Tarcutta. It is, Sunday the 20th of August 2023. I've been here now for quite a while. I've got well, it's 9:30, so in about 11 hours I'll have a chance to actually move down the highway and go to Pakenham. That then has given me a 24-hour, well actually it'll be slightly more than 24-hour break, 48-hour break, sorry, which is part of the requirements under law. You got to have a 24-hour short break and a 48-hour long break in a 2-week period. So by doing that, I've now got up to 5 days I can be on the road. I suspect that may actually happen, so it'll be a little while before I get to go home again. That'll mean that I'll have been away from home for 9 days. Not too bad. So actually, 10 days if I get to go home in 5 days time. So at any rate, hopefully the pay packet reflects that I've made that sort of a sacrifice, but hey, we shall see. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Being out here on the road doesn't mean that I'm going to allow myself to become a big fat slob. So I do the best I can to keep my weight under control. So even whilst out here, like I've been just sitting around, like it's been just too cold and miserable here at Tarcutta to get out. I'll give you an idea. It's finally stopped raining, and that's the view out the front of the truck. A little bit of blue sky in places. It's just absolutely miserable. The temperature outside is allegedly 14 degrees, but it feels a lot colder than that. So at this hour of the day, being that cool, it still feels like winter. But at any rate, I do have a weapon against that. So there we go. I don't know if you can hear that. Just gone down. It's my travel mug. It's just been heating up the water, and I don't know if you can see that, but there's steam coming out of the top of that. So that's a good start for the morning. So I'm going to have my last honey bear, and going to have it in my dark chocolate. Now I'm allergic to coffee. I've built up an allergy to coffee. I used to drink so much of it. Back in the day when I was in the coppers, I'd be having 6 or 7 cups of coffee a shift, and too much of a good thing is bad for you. And so consequently, I went on to tea. So I'd have lots of tea, and it got to the point where I'd have 2 bags in 1 cup of tea. Not that I'm allergic to it, but I just recognised, look, better back off from that so that I don't overdo things and cause myself an injury. Now, in winter, I'll have the hot chocolate, and in the summer, I'll have the tea. And at the moment, I'm not too sure if I would put the keto cream into tea, because I don't drink tea with milk. I have it just straight black, and so I don't know how I'd go with the keto cream. But when the weather warms up and I'm having my tea again, I'll have a go at that, and we'll see how it tastes. I might be pleasantly surprised. Any rate, I'm going to have a hot chocolate, so in with the chocolate. Nice. Okay. Now the truck's actually sitting on a slight angle because the ground isn't flat here. It's so the concrete pad that everything's built on here at the Tarcutta truck changeover area. It shows that the water drains off, so it doesn't cause problems. There's big massive drains everywhere, and so your truck actually sits on a little bit of an incline, which initially it feels a bit odd, but after a little while you get used to it. It's not that steep. Okay, so There we go. I put the chocolate in, and now, of course, I'm going to get stuck in with the Honey Bear keto cream. Now, as you guys have heard in the past when I've talked about the keto cream, it's got a very, very strong smell, and oh, you can smell the cinnamon. It is absolutely glorious, and the honey taste is beautiful. Now, they are, oops, it's keto certified. It's it contains milk, coconut, and egg. So you got to make sure that if you've got any allergies to that, please don't drink it. You're going to give yourself a problem. It's not the keto cream that's the problem. It's you not taking notice and taking care of yourself. So blame where blame is due. Now, it's also got well, it's got the Ceylon cinnamon. Yum. It's got potassium, sodium, calcium, right? So that's really, really good. It's got vitamins B12, B6, protein. It's got a little bit of carbohydrate and a little bit of saturated fat and total fat. So that's, you're only up to 31% on that. And calories, 130 calories. So it is really, really nice. It tastes absolutely sensational. And yeah, so in the Prove It catalog, you got a lot of these different flavors, and like I've now tried the latte nut and the now honeybee, honey bear, and I tell you what, absolutely glorious. I haven't really found a bad flavor. There's one or two I'm not terribly fussed on, but yeah, I'll tell you what, that's to die for. It really is. Oh, absolutely lovely. So if you guys get a chance, get onto Sarah's site. Now, I will leave a link to her shop page at the bottom of this video. By all means, go in, have a look. Just have a check out of all the different flavors there are. There's hundreds of them. So there'll be something that you can try and enjoy. They've now got a pack. It used to be a 10-day challenge pack. Apparently that's been discontinued, and they've now got 20 flavors in the box. So instead of having a charged and an uncharged, and that was just because one had caffeine, one didn't, and they were the same flavor, and you'd have 5 different flavors, they've now got 20 different flavors, and it's absolutely amazing. Great opportunity, because then you get 20 opportunities to have something different. So that's really, really good. So if you can get a chance, get into that and just try things. Once you, like, there's also Mexican ketones, and there's a new product out now for the exercising that Sarah was discussing yesterday when I was trying to get on to having the show with her. So it's just amazing what's coming out, and all of this helps burn body fat around your, and for us guys, around the middle, all that fat is on the inside of our muscle layer, and that actually that actually causes a lot of problems for us health wise later into our lives. So now the sun's coming out, let's get too bright. So guys, just to have a better chance to live longer and have a happier life, getting that body fat out of your body is going to be a good thing. So, you know, like, no, I don't buy coffee on the roadside anymore. Like, you see trucks, you know, pull up at all the truck stops, and the guys go in and they buy their, you know, their hamburger and a coffee to go and all that sort of stuff, and they're shoveling this garbage into their bodies, and they're getting big and fat, and you see some of these guys climbing out of their trucks, and you think, good God, fellas, you know, you're almost as heavy as the load in the truck, you know. You've got to do something for yourself. So, you know, all that does is shorten your life. You know, you work so many years working, and then you get to retirement age. Why not have a little bit of time in retirement to enjoy all those years that you put in? So get stuck into something like this. If you see a mate, if you see this and you go, yeah, okay, I'll try it. You try it, you get good results. Tell your mates. Like, at no point should we allow our mates to keep plonking on weight and die young just because, oh, I was a little bit scared, he might think I was a bit pushy. People think you're pushy anyway. So, you know, if something's working for you, tell your mate about it. If you found a good game on Xbox and you're a gamer, aren't you going to tell your mates about that? You find something like this that will help your mates. Good grief, tell them. I also have a pie warmer. Now, the truck runs on a 24-volt system. The pie warmer is actually a 12-volt pie warmer. But, yeah, and that's all this is. It's a little box. All right, that's it. That's my oven. You get the alfoil trays, so it helps keep your little oven cleaner. You put one of these in that, and I put steaks, veggies, you know, just the mixed veggies, pour it in, clip the lid down, plug it in, and I'm driving for 2.5 to 3 hours in between breaks. I can't do anything else. I stop for my 15-minute or half-hour break. I've got a cooked meal. I could be miles from a servo, and I've got a good hot cooked meal. I'm not eating chips, biscuits. I'm not eating fatty, you know, goop that I bought a couple of 100 k's down the road, and it's sitting there cold, full of fat and oil, grease. I'm eating a hot steak, and I've made my own dinner. If guys did that, and you're eating a good high protein diet, you've got your bit of veg for, you know, some carbohydrates, also vitamins, minerals. You got your keto cream in your hot chocolate or your coffee or your tea, whichever is your flavor. You got that in your winters. In the summertime, you want a nice cold drink, you just have one of these bottles. You can fill it, even if you put 2 of the sachets in, because that's going to last you all day, 12 hours. Great, who cares? Whatever works for you. I usually do it 440 milliliters, I should say, with one in it. That's the full strength of it, because I like intense flavor, you know. Or you could double that and put 2 in, or 1 for the whole lot, or even a half a sachet in a full liter. It doesn't matter, whatever works for you, whatever your taste buds like. You find 1 or 2 of these, whilst you're driving along, it's stripping the fat out of your body. It's like you've been in the gym for hours and you've finally gotten your body into that state of ketosis, and it's burning the fat. And this does that for you. So when you get to, you know, the other end of the road, you're that little bit smaller. You've eaten well. You've had something really good to drink. You're getting your fluid intake. You should have at least 4 to 6 liters of water a day. That counts as water, you know, the ketone drinks. And you're getting that into you, and you're helping your body. You know, we should be trying to work together to help each other, instead of, oh, well, I'm a bit scared. Oh, Christ. Do some of these videos and see comments come up, you know, calling you a little bit stupid or something of that nature. Or you got predatory people trying to do other weird things like my wife gets, and a lot of the other ladies get. They get these predators getting on and, you know, being weird. You know, like, that's the bad part of it. But talking to other guys like yourselves out there, saying, guys, look, nobody else out there is going to help you. You got to help yourself. Get this into you, because it will help you. It's helped me by losing, you know, 20 plus kilos. What has that done for my longevity? I may actually live to my 90s. Like, in my family history, most of the men lived well into their 90s. But of late, you know, there's been a significant decrease, and a lot of the men have been a lot fatter. Back in the early 1900s, it was rare to see a fat man or a fat woman. Most people were quite slim. If you look at historical photos, they weren't all fat. You look at the photos of today, they look like they're walking around in circus tents because everybody's so heavy. You know, it's our lifestyle today is killing us. Pulling back on the saturated fats and the processed foods, you know, that is what is going to help us. And these ketones are one of the very few products out there that have really worked for me. I've cut out just about all bread. I don't have anything sugary anymore. Like I love I love ice cream. I like you know, donuts, all that sort of sugary stuff. I love it. I just don't have it anymore because I just don't want that in me, putting weight on after I worked so hard to get the weight off. And I drive a truck, so I'm sitting down for, you know, anywhere up to 12 to 14 hours a day driving down a highway. You know, people say, oh, go to a gym. When? Well, now with these ketones and the fact that I don't eat the sugar and I have a high protein diet and I'm doing all of these other things such as, you know, watching that I don't have carbohydrates too much and all that sort of thing. Yeah, sure, I fall off the wagon every now and then. Everybody does. You're entitled to be a little bit naughty. But I'm reducing in size. I'm back into clothes that I was in when I was in my early 20s. How many other men can say that? Yeah, they don't fit across the shoulders because over the years I've built my shoulders up. But waistline wise, I'm back to then. You know, I can, you know, my belt, the notches on my belt, I've pulled them in 2 notches over the last 2 years. So, yeah, that's a couple of inches off my waistline. So, look, if this has worked for me, I'm just one average guy. You know, you're run-of-the-mill, you know, dumb bunny out there just, you know, slogging his guts out trying to make a living. It could work for you. None of you out there is at a point where this can't work for you. And, you know, let's look at it from a slightly more matrimonial aspect. When you got married to your wife or your partner, can't be prejudiced these days. When you got married to the person that you're currently with, or you're in a relationship with the person you're currently with, and it's been a few years, comfortableness sets in and the pounds plonk on. How would your partner feel if you got the physique back that you used to have? Would your partner go, oh, that's great, or oh no, I want you to be big and round? Really? So if you feel that your partner would be really happy to see you trim down, and the fact that you would live longer, do you think that would make your partner happy? Because I'm pretty sure it would make you happy too, to have your partner find you desirable. Now, women are funny creatures to us guys. You know, you could lose arms, legs, bits and pieces, and they still love you exactly the same. As you know, you are the man that they fall in love with, and so yep, generally we can take it pretty much to the bank that if you don't cheat, you don't be a rat bag, you're not violent to them, women will stay with you. But if you then up the ante a little bit and you became a lot, you know, better in your physique, you look stronger, you look more healthy, don't you think they're going to like that too? Don't you think they're going to go, wow, you're making a lot of effort for me? And they'll appreciate it. So, you know, guys, have a look at that aspect of things. And this could all start with ketone drink. Now, a friend of ours, Jovi, she did the maths on it. Now, you might look at the ketones and the postage rate and go, oh my God, I can't afford it. Oh, that's so expensive. Oh. Okay, let's look at it as an individual packet. It's $7.50. Oh my God, I hear the guys saying, good God, how can I afford that? You think about it, $7.50. You go to a shop, you know, coffee shop, how much is a coffee? Some of the, you know, coffee shops, I've seen coffee shops, you know, over $10 for a coffee, but you won't blink an eye at paying that. And that's putting weight on you because it's going to be full of sugar, full of milk, and the milk has sugar in it, so that's plonking centimeters around your waist. You'll drink 1 or 2 of those a day, maybe 4 or 5. $50 a day drinking coffee, whereas 1 or 2 of these, $15, and you're taking weight off, and they taste fantastic. In a lot of cases, a lot better than the burnt taste of coffee. And then you couple that with cooking in your truck, or if you're on the road a lot, you have one of those in your car. Plug in the 12-volt cigarette lighter. It might take a little bit longer. You'll have to experiment with that. I don't do it in a car. I do it in the truck. You might be on the road a lot, you know, a rep, and you're going around and you're cooking your own breakfast, your lunch, your dinner in that, because that's what I do. And you're saving money there, because if you buy all your meat, fruit, veg at the shopping centre, and or your wife's buying it, and you're taking enough for you to go away for a week or however long you're going away for, and you're cooking it yourself, you're not actually adding any extra cost to your family that you wouldn't have already cost by being there every day, all day. So the ketones actually become extremely affordable just by thinking about your budget and how you can make it work. If you if you end up with a heart condition or diabetes and it stops you from doing your job, well, that's a damn sight more expensive than buying a $7.50 pack of ketones, isn't it? I don't know. I think of things in that sort of aspect of okay, pros, cons, you know, benefits. What the opposite of a benefit is you know, your determination, and I call it a negative. So you got your positives, your negatives, you know, cause, effect, all that sort of good stuff. I try to focus on how these can help me, not look at the negative aspect going, oh, it's expensive. Everything today is expensive. Look at the cost of fuel. Yet you'll use that to go to work and you don't get the cost of that back. These, just like a cup of coffee, you're going to drink something during the day. You drink something like this and it takes weight off you. It's taking the fat off your middle section. Isn't that exactly what you ultimately want? Anyway, I've been rambling on now for 23 minutes. I dare say you guys have had enough of you, if you're even still here. But look, the address for Sarah's her business page is going to be at the bottom. Nobody's compelling you to buy anything. My thing is, I only want to make sure that you guys are around, you know, in 20 years' time. If we can solve the obesity problem, 1 cup of hot chocolate at a time, I'm more than happy to do that. And I'm more than happy to say to people, get this into you, because it's helped me. So if I'm to be demonized for that, okay, fine, whatever. But if I can save one person, from dying young because they listened, they did this, they lost the weight, to me, I'll give them back, and I've paid it forward, and I really, really hope that person can do the same. Okay, so, you know, if this loses every person who follows me, so be it. Doesn't really matter, don't care. All I'm trying to say is, guys, you're out there, you're working hard, you're doing everything you can to support your family. You're a great bloke for doing it. Do something even better. Make sure you're around long enough to get to the finish line properly at a ripe old age, over 70, so that you can enjoy a little bit of time with your partner and any kids that you might have, and grandkids. Hell, live long enough to have great grandkids come and sit on your knee. Make sure that your retirement fund really pays. So, because you paid into them, do everything you can to stick around long enough so that, you'll be around. they need good men like you to be around into the future. So get stuck into the ketones, guys. I reckon they've possibly added 10 years to my life, maybe a damn sight more, after all the years of doing stupid stuff that I've done. Yeah, and all us guys have done stupid things. It's part and parcel of being a bloke. So help do a really, really clever thing, get stuck into these things, and get that waistline back under control, and yeah, make yourself feel good. It's so great not to be fat. It's so great to have a nice slim waist, and able to move freely, not have something in the way. Yeah, and you got this big thing stuck, that stops you from bending over like you used to be able to. You can bend over like you want to. You can lift heavy weights. You don't get as puffed. Your mind is clearer. I was getting to the point of becoming diabetic. My blood sugars now are so under control. I'm around about 5.6 to 6.5 all the time. I'm nowhere near diabetic. And my doctor thinks it's a damn sight, damn miracle. He's looking seriously at maybe getting into these things. And, so good grief. I thank Sarah every day for getting me onto these, because I think she saved my life. So, and she certainly saved my earning capacity, because now I can continue driving. As a diabetic, things would have been very, very tricky, driving big rigs like I'm driving. So, boys, do it for yourself. Do it for your family. Get off the coffee, that you buy at the shops. Make your own coffee. If you're driving cars or even in an office, you got a microwave there. You can have a nice cooked meal in a microwave, or take leftovers, so cook up a meal. And at the end of the day, hang on a second. At the end of the day, you can cook, regardless of where you're working or what you're doing, there's always a means to take something with you so that you can cook a feed, boil up the billy, have yourself a good quality meal and a good quality drink with the ketones in it, that whilst you're working and you're not even thinking about it, you're not at a gym having to pay all that gym membership, your body is burning the fat off. Yeah, like, to me it's a no-brainer, and I hope I haven't bored you too much, but guys, it's up to us. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. That's the attitude you got to be. And if it's meant to be, it's up to me. A good man told me that once, young John. And as far as I'm concerned, that's what I try to live by now. If you want it to be, it's up to you. You're the one who's going to have to make the decisions. Now, yep, at the end of the day, yeah, everything costs. The cost of living has gone up in ridiculous amounts lately. If things get tough, things get tough. But at the end of the day, if you're going to just lay down and die, then I can't help you. But these ketones, if there's one thing I can help you do, is get into these so that you can help you. Now, I've been on them since the beginning of January, and I'm maintaining a lower weight. I'm down at 90 kilos all the time now. I was at my heaviest over 120 kilos. And so, guys, I feel fantastic. And like, the gamer, I've found a game changer, and I'm letting you guys know. So, I'm going to leave it there. You guys take care. Power to all of you. When you're out there on the highways, for God's sake, keep left. Don't do anything that would stop you from being around, because no trip's worth dying for. Take care, guys. Bye for now.